Who doesn't love taking selfie? But can you tell me which was the first selfie? American photographer Robert Cornelius took this photo in 1839, which was considered the world's first selfie. And this photo, taken in 1920, is known as the world's first group selfie. Today I am going to talk about some interesting facts related to the photos and cameras. Around 391 BC, Chinese philosopher Mozi first wrote about the concept of a camera. But in the 11th century, Arab physicist Ibn al-Hatham provided several detailed descriptions related to the camera, which later influenced philosophers like Leonardo da Vinci in 15th century. By around 1550, humans became capable to projecting images into the wall using lenses. Then in 1826, after nearly 10 years of research, Sir Joseph succeeded in creating the first camera. It used to take around 8 hours to capture a single photo with his camera, which was called the pinhole camera. Just imagine 8 hours to take a single photo, and now we just take a photo with a single click. But can you tell me which was the first camera phone? In 2000, a company named Sharp released the first camera phone, and in 2019, Sony Ericsson released the first phone with a front-facing camera. In 1839, Sir Joseph and his son Douglas began the commercial production of cameras, and those cameras took about 5 to 30 minutes to capture one image. At that time, photos are taken as silver or copper plates, but with time, cameras began to improve rapidly. In 1885, George Stedman invented paper film, and in 1888 he founded the Kodak company. In 1889, Kodak developed celluloid film, solving the problem to having the change film repeatedly. Gradually, Kodak spread its business across America and the world. Back then, Kodak had no competitor. But in 1954, Japanese company Asahi introduced the first SLR camera, which could focus on specific object in a photo. Then in 1975, Steven Session, an engineer at Kodak, invented the first digital camera. He had only 0.01 megapixel, and this image was stored in a cassette and could be viewed on TV. Interestingly, Kodak did not show much interest in digital cameras at the time. Later in 1989, the Japanese company Nikon introduced the first DSLR camera, and after that, Kodak's market began to gradually decline. On the other hand, DSLR cameras began to be widely used everywhere, from regular consumer to TV production and movies. Now let's take a look at some historic photographs. This photo was taken by Sir Joseph in 1826. It was considered the first photograph in the world, and it took 8 hours to capture. This next photo was taken by Louis Daguerre in 1839. It was the first photograph to capture a human being, and this one is the most expensive photograph in the world. It was sold at an auction in 2011 for $4.3 million. So, these were some fascinating facts about cameras and photography.